Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The great estate surveyor and valuer in Anambra State, led by Raji Adewale, fellow of the institution, the current chairman of estate surveyor and valuer Anambra State. This year valuation day, the theme for International Valuation Day this year, 2026, valuation, the bedrock of economic transparency and national prosperity. This theme emphasized that valuation is not just a technical calculations of price, but a fundamental and foundation pillars of economic stabilities, governance, and wealth creations. Each of your questions align perfectly with these bedrock concepts of wealth. Revenue generation and fiscal stabilities. This is an area where valuation can help the state governments in their internal generating revenue. In which area? Tax. When land value is being known, internal generated revenue is being multiplied. Most states suffer from debt capital because of property record are outdated. Accurate valuations allow for fair and efficient land use charge and property tax collections. By moving from gross and guess estimation to credible data, states can multiply their internal generated without necessarily increasing the tax rates, simply by capturing the current value of land in every sectors. Here in Anambra State, Oka is the capital of Anambra State. Go into nature where the traders are, land value in Nnewi, all this can be harnessed into the better usage with aid of valuation. Financial inclusion and informal sectors. This area is where valuation can unlock housing finance for informal sectors. This address the bedrock aspect of the theme. The informal sector often lack proof of value, so to satisfy banks, professional valuation bridge the gap by converting an informal aspect into a financial instrument. Values. When a valuer provides a credible report. Financial inclusion and the informal sectors. How can valuation unlock housing finance for the informal sectors? This addresses the bedrock aspect of this theme of this 2026 valuation day. The informal sector often lack proof of value to satisfy banks. Professional valuation bridge the gap by converting an informal asset into a formal financial instrument. When a valuer provides a credible report, a credible valuation report, a market trader's shops become a collateralizable assets, unlocking mortgage and credit line that were previously inaccessible. Governance and ethics. How can proper valuation of public assets improve transparency and reduce corruption? This is the core of economic transparency. Corruption often hides in the undervaluation of public assets during privatization or overvaluation of assets during government procurements. Standardized professionals valuation creates a transparent benchmark, making it much harder for public officials to misappropriate value or engage in asset stripping. Infrastructure and securitization. Can valuation help Nigeria leverage its real estate as collateral for infrastructure financing? Yes. This relates to national prosperity through structural developments. Nigeria has a massive infrastructural deficit. By valuing national real estate assets like rail line, ports, and other government lands, the country can engage in securitization. This means using the appraised value of these assets to back bond and loan, specifically for new infrastructure, especially using what we have to build what we need. And this is what is happening in this renewed hope agenda of this current administration. Global competitiveness. How does credible valuation attract foreign direct investment (FDI) into Nigerian real estate sectors? This supports both transparency and prosperity. Foreign investors are risk averse. They fear entering markets where aspect prices are arbitrary. When Nigeria adopts international valuation standards, it speaks the global language of finance. Credibility reduces the risk premium. Making Nigerian real estate a competitive destination for global capital. The role of the professionals. Is the role of professional doing to educate the public and government? Yes, it is our role to educate the public and the government. And that is essence of us coming out today in mass on the 5th of May 2026. This is our annual International Valuation Day. And this year Valuation Day cannot also not to be emphasized by doing what we know how to do better in aspect of advocacies. While technical skills are highly advanced, the advocacy side is where the profession often struggle. Essence of coming out today. This year team celebrates serves as a reminder that valuer must move beyond the calculators and it's into the boardroom and legislative houses to explain that valuation is a prerequisite for not an afterthought of economic growth. Here in Anambra State, where the governor, the solution himself has ventured into infrastructure because he knows the worth of what make economy to grow. When infrastructure are being invested on, land value increases, everything changes, internal generated revenue changes because people will be happy in doing business more in this place. When security is put in place, which is one of the things that our governor is doing, he has put a lot of things in place, infrastructural wise, policy wise, and security wise. This area, value of every asset in all locations are changes right from rent, go to land, go to property transactions. And you can also confirm all this from the Ministry of Land, Housing Corporation, where all these are being announced. My people, pass the information, send the goodwill message to your people. Let them know the benefit of valuation in the real economic growth. Congratulations all, congratulations and congratulations. Congratulations.